Hello, and thank you for tuning in for today's show. My name is Calvin, and today we will be learning about the chemistry of physical and chemical properties. Let's go. Some of you may be like, what exactly is a physical and chemical property? A property can be described as a characteristic. A physical property is a characteristic that does not change the chemical identity of a substance, so the chemical identity does not change. A chemical property is a characteristic that will change the chemical identity of a substance. Some of you learn better with visual experiences, so let's get to it. So if I were to boil some water into a gas, does the chemical identity of the water change? You're right, it does not change. Since boiling water only changes its physical property, the boiling point of a substance can be considered a physical property. If we were to shrink down to particle size, you could see that heat breaking the water molecules to form hydrogen and oxygen atoms into the atmosphere. A physical property also comes into play when ice melts into water. Because the identity of the water stays the same, H2O, the melting point of water would also be a physical property. If you have ever played with fire, you are probably wondering, if I lit something on fire, would I be able to reverse the action? When fire, combustion, or explosive are involved, nothing in the reaction will be able to return to its original form. If I were to use this explosive, not much will happen, but you will be able to see smoke from the combustion. Let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3. Whoa, I was not expecting such a big blast from a tiny thing. I should warn my little sister. Oh hey, where'd the roof go? One of the trickiest pairs of properties include the color of a substance, such as my hair or shirt, and the changing of color, such as mixing red and blue to get purple. It is hard to believe, but the color of a substance is actually a physical property. Color is a physical property because it is a characteristic whose chemical identity does not change. A color changing is a chemical property because the identity of a substance does indeed change. This also goes with the rusting of metals because when this rich iron color is sitting outside in a moist environment for long periods of time, it will slowly turn to a rusty color and will therefore be irreversible if the rusting process occurs. Another interesting example involves pH. Most people would think that the pH of something would be a physical change because the identity of the pH does not change since there is only one shown value when reading the pH value. But since the pH is constantly changing within substances, it is considered a chemical property. This also adds on to taste because if you taste something sour, like a lemon, it is acidic. And when you taste something bitter, like vinegar, it would be more basic. So it can be said that taste and pH values are considered chemical properties. To close off today's segment, other physical properties include ductility and malleability. Though the metal is being stretched or being smashed to fit its required look, the characteristic of the metal does not change. More physical properties include the viscosity of a liquid. Again, how thick a liquid does not change its appearance. Finally, physical descriptions such as density, mass, weight, and volume are all described to be physical properties as well. Thank you for listening and tune in next time.